Okay, we have a 1,500 point league game for you again today. 1,500 points of Necrons. Got some Lychguards, 7 Lychguard, Overlord, regular Lord in there, 5 Warriors, 5 Scarabs, 2 Destroyers, 3 Tomb Spyders, all with different gear, Annihilation Barge, and Wraiths, and I'm facing Grey Knights. We've got 5 Deep Striking Terminators, 1 with an Incinerator, 10 Purifiers, 1 with a Psy Cannon, I believe. We got a Cypherman Dreadnought, 10 Terminators in one giant unit with Cybolt ammo over there, and a Land Raider that's going to contain those 10 Purifiers as well as a Grandmaster. It is a Redeemer, so it's proxied as a Redeemer Land Raider there. Pretty nasty. And my opponent can try to steal initiative if he wants. You want to? Nope, he's not going to steal initiative. Okay, so I'm going to go first. Dawn of War. Okay, so rounding up top turn 1, what happened? Everything moved on. Ran a few inches here, ran a few inches anywhere. The only shooting happened here. These guys managed to see those guys through the windows, and with some luck killed 2 Terminators. And that was it. Everything else moved on, ran a few inches, flew on 12. That was it. So on to top of turn, or bottom of turn 1 for Grey Knights. Okay, rounding up bottom of turn 1 for Grey Knights. These guys moved out, tried to see the Wraiths, but rolled only 3, so they got 9 inches for night fighting for Dawn of War, so I was a little bit lucky there. This thing rolled up, tried to take a Hail Mary shot over here, but couldn't quite get enough. And that was it. Those guys are still deep striking. They're inside the Land Raider, and they're moved up over there. And we're going to see my turn now. These guys show up. They're reserved, so on at 4+. No, they don't show up. All right. And we're on to top of turn 2. Okay, so rounding up top of turn 2, what happened? Moved out over here, built 3 Scarabs, no wounds taken, and shifted over to the side a little bit, trying to goad that vehicle into coming forward. Tons of shooting, so this thing, these guys, shots back here, fired into there. I think we killed 3 Terminators, 2 or 3 Terminators? 2 Terminators, there we go. So a little bit of luck here. Only 1 inch run. So we moved up 6, only ran at 1 inch on those guys. These guys decided to reposition over here, out of enemy fire, and only ran 1 inch afterwards. So they're kind of over here. And that was it. The only thing we fired at was those guys. So back in a bit with bottom of turn 2. Okay, so rounding up bottom of turn 2, a lot of action here. Some shooting. Psy Cannon tried to fire into here. No Renzer glances though. That guy over there blasted into here with cover, but no Renzer glances on my Annihilation Barge. Big target, I guess. These guys popped out. They went for, they tried to get in here to get my Spyders. First, some shooting at Spyders. 2 saves on this guy, failed 2 wounds. 3 saves on this guy, failed 2 wounds. Rending shot into this guy. He's down to 2. Hard to see, but that's a 2. And then these guys were just about 1 inch shy of managing to charge me. So I'm going to try to make use of that. We're going to see what happens. Let's see if these jerks show up on a 3+. My 5 useless dudes show up. Yeah, they do show up. So my 5 useless guys are showing up. Back in a bit with top of turn 3. Okay, so just a little mid-top of turn 3 wrap-up because there's a lot of combat starting. Big combat over here. Wraiths and half-dead Tomb Spyders going in there. We managed to shoot the unit. They didn't run, though, because they're fearless. And we didn't kill nearly enough guys, though. I think they're down to like 6 dudes plus a Grandmaster. He has grenades. He has those psychotropic grenades, so we're going to see what happens there. These guys moved out and ran and managed to get in on that Land Raider through that difficult terrain there. They rolled their dice, multiplied it, and they're in there. Otherwise, all my shooting went into that unit. These guys moved up and only ran another 1 inch, so they're just going to try to be fighting those Terminators there. And we're going to see what happens with these combats. Back in a bit. Okay, rounding up those combats. So, not a very good combat here. These guys tried to weasel into that Land Raider, but only lowered its armor by 3 because it went cruising. So we only got about 8 hits. And it wasn't enough, as we just couldn't lower its armor enough to hurt it. So he's going to flambe gloriously those dudes over there. Over here, combat went for us, though. The Grandmaster went down. 1 Wraith managed to put 2 Rens and a wound into him, and he just took him down because he had already been down to 1 wound from shooting earlier. And we managed to cleave through a bunch of these guys. They killed 2 of our these guys over here, but 1 survives. And that was it. We won combat there. Over here, moved up, ran an inch, like I said, and that was it. So we're on to bottom of turn 3 for bottom of turn 3, mid-turn 3 wrap-up, because there's a combat starting here. 2 of my Lychguard got shot out and did not reanimate. My 1 ever-living guy with a Warscythe also died, the Lord. There's a combat starting there. And what else happened on the turn? Shooting, just everything. These guys finally showed up. Deep struck into here, shot into here, helped with shooting over there. Shooting with that guy into there, managed to gun some down. And that was pretty much it. Oh, this guy also, yeah, as expected, he wiped out the Scarabs. So the Scarabs had their chance to kill him, they failed, and now they're dead. So be it. And we're on to see what happens with these combats. So rounding up bottom of turn 3 with those combats, what happened? Not surprisingly, they slaughtered that guy, but first he Cleansing Flame. He got 1 wound on these guys, I failed to save, and he got 1 wound on my last Spider with 1 wound, and of course I failed to save, of course. I love failing saves this game. So that sucks, but we managed to kill him, so we're up 2-1 to kill points. Over here, pretty good, well, a pretty terrible combat for both sides, but we managed to win by 1. Big whiff on the Grey Knight side, killed 1 guy. Big whiff on our side, killed only 2 guys. Mindshackle Scarabs failed to do anything, as is usually the case, and that was it. So we're on to top of turn 4. Good close game. Okay, mid-top of turn 4. Combat starts over here against this guy. He's immobilized. I shot him with these guys, and those guys decided to charge there. I could have gone here, but I got to get kill points, so I'm going there. And this combat continues. So back in a bit. Well, what happened with shooting? We shot everything we could at these guys. Only killed 1 Terminator, though. And we also fired the big guns at that guy, and that was it. So, on with this combat. All right. So rounding up this turn, of course, we wrecked that guy over there. He was immobilized. Over here, not a great combat. We did win, though, but we just didn't kill enough. Mindshackle finally worked, but we just whiffed. My Lord keeps whiffing his attacks. We did manage to put 3 wounds into the Terminators, but 2 of them were invulnerable save, 5+, so that's pretty amazing. And that was pretty much it. So we're on to bottom of turn 4. Okay, turns are getting pretty quick now. So these guys just assaulted in bottom of turn 4. They were just there. They got in there. Couldn't kill enough of them to prevent them. And that guy over there moved over here. Managed to blow away one of my guy with 1 wound and 1 guy with 2 wounds. So I only had to take a few saves, but it failed a bunch. So that's pretty tough there. So be it, though. On to the combat. This is going to determine the game right here, I think. Okay, so rounding up bottom of turn 4, what happened? We finally had a decent combat here. We managed to kill both those guys. We did lose 1 guy in return. He didn't reanimate. And those guys ran. We couldn't catch them. And they went somewhere over there, 11 inches. We went 6 inches towards them. We consolidated. So that was a helpful combat there. We're going to see what happens. Top of turn 5 coming up. Okay, so just mid-top of turn 5 wrap-up. Combat's starting there. We managed to get in on there. We fired a lot of stuff at them, but couldn't force a lot of saves in the end, so nobody died there. And we just decided to charge that guy over there. So we're going after him. We fired at him with these guys. Of course, they were in range, but they decided to both miss, because that's how awesome these guys are. This thing helped fire over there. Didn't get a lot of hits, though. These guys, only the Lance was in range. And they just kept chickening away over there. Back in a bit. Okay, so rounding up real quick, top of turn 5. We won combat there by 2. We caught them. They didn't cause any more saves. We managed to kill, I think, 2 or 3 two Terminators there. No real wounds caused in return. Over there, we managed to stun him, so he only got 1 attack back, couldn't do anything to us. We're continuing on. Bottom of turn 5. Okay, so bottom of turn 5, we managed to beat them in combat, so at that point, my opponent conceded. That kind of went nowhere again, Gong Show over there, 5-1, but thanks again, appreciate it. Thanks for the game. It was actually a pretty close game until the middle, even in the middle there. Just at the end, it turned.